got 5 likes already. 5 people checking in. Hey, Matthew, Michael S., Raja Bindi, Guyana. What's going on, guys? Glad to see you. Heck yeah, I had problems with loading that. I'm glad it came out right, but glad to see you guys here this morning. And I got this drawn out. We're going to make Pirate Head. And this was something that me and Matthew and Boss Lady seen different examples of it at the Ridgeway Carver's Rendezvous. And so I'm going to make something similar to the stuff I seen. I took pictures of all of them, tried to educate myself on them because we got a pirate festival coming up and we got to make pirate heads. Well, heck, you can't really, make something new and improved because everything pirate's already been done. So it's just going to be a pirate head. That's it. But a pretty good size one. I mean, I'd say, I don't know, about 20 inches, something like that. And I'm going to try to do a good bit of eye detail with the Dremel and the die grinder over there. So I got out the 1/8 inch Flexall burrs and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, let me get a saw running. Let's see who else we got here. Heck yeah, appreciate that, Raja. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna start carving. Okay. All right. I don't want to hit that thing. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get any hurry. I got a D-rag right there. And I about cut that piece out. I don't know. Or if I can get that in closer, just a little bit. Eventually, the sun's going to come out and light this up real good, but hadn't happened yet. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Hey, Lori, what's going on? things go in life. So this chicken, you know, one chicken, and I kept saying I can't wait till that dude dies so I had no more chickens. Well, I started to like her. She would come, we'd come home. She was like a dog. She'd follow you around and stuff. I think something got her last night because I haven't seen her this morning. And we forgot to close the coop. So my nephew Robert would say, that's life in a big city, right? I'm sad though. I'm sure something got her. But we got bobcats and raccoons out here like crazy. That's not hard to reach from this side. I'm gonna see if I can adjust it. Turn it down just a little bit. Or hey, I wonder if I can pinch it like that. I don't know with this jaw vise. It's a lot of times it won't grab something out on the corner like that, but we can try. It'd be kind of nice to lower it down. Yeah, I guess me a little bit more reach. wife would be like, you know, he's outside. As long as he ain't bothering me, I don't care. You know, now she's like, oh, how much money are you spending on the tools and stuff like that? You know, and I don't blame her because I'm kind of crazy. Hey, Cheech, what's going on? Glad to see you. Woodchucker, Matthew, Michael S., super fan. Who else we got down there at the bottom? Let's see. Hey, Tim List. What's going on, Tim? Hope you guys are doing pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, I gotta tell you, it's fun. The one thing I thought though about this hat was that maybe this part, instead of sticking out, should be dug in. But I'm gonna leave it like that anyway, because I gotta put like paint like a little skull and crossbones right here, and I might as well have plenty of surface to work with. So I'm ready to move on to the face of this guy. I'll tell you straight up, faces is not like my forte. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of starting in it. But we carved a little wood man. A lot of y'all call them wood spirits. I won't call them that because wood don't have a spirit. But that said, it's one thing with the flex shaft. It's a whole nother thing with a chainsaw. Okay, I'm getting hot enough. I'm going to take this coat off. It was 34 degrees here in southeast Ohio this morning. And a little chilly. But I'll tell you what, if you're lifting a chainsaw for any amount of time, you're going to get warm. All right, so took a drink of my coffee. And let's go back at it. And then, oh man, my shirt's untucked or tucked in. I don't want that. I want a shirt hanging out. It's a short dress, okay? Oh, no, just kidding. All right, let's get it done. These eyes, the way I did the eyes so much, I hate to clean them off. I'm just afraid I'll forget what they look like and not close. That's just life. It's just life. Somewhere in there is one of the screws that's holding that on, so I don't want to get too carried away. But anyway, the depth is looking all right. I'm just gonna go ahead and gouge the other eye out too. like the stall's been running forever. What has it been? 26 minutes? That's pretty good. I mean, you know, it lasts the better part of a half hour on a tank of fuel. That's pretty daggone good. Anyway, be sure to smash that like button. Hey, Tony Newton, Michael S., Tim List, Lori Keller, glad to see you guys. DeLand, what's going on? DeLand's Homemade Woodworking and the Electric Whittler. Guys, there's all kinds of electricians, but there's only one Electric Whittler. Check him out. All right. Now, this is the pirate version of me. And why could you say that with confidence and security? Because his mouth is open. And mine is always open too. Blah, 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 blah. Basically, he's looking pretty good. I can curve, I don't know. I think I'm gonna, I can cut these in a little bit more down through there. I'm just working out in my head how much I can do before I go to electric tools. But I know I can start stringing beard. The mouth looks pretty good, other than I can smooth that lip up a little bit, lower lip. Let me do that. all kinds of shadow from where the sun's coming up over his face. I wonder if I can just get him in the sun now and be done with it. We'll try it. If I move him over, well, you know, with the spring coming, you got a new problem. Hey, at least it's not cold, right? Okay. I think that's going to be good for a minute until the sun starts hitting it real close. But anyway, hey, there we go. Dude's looking good, man. I'm pretty happy with that. And I mean, his faces is just not my thing. I mean, I tried to do a Bigfoot face that come out looking more like Kim Kardashian. I am going to follow up on that and finish it. I don't know if I'll sell it. I may just hang it in a tree in the woods behind the house. I don't know. Every time I've seen anybody else do one of these, to do a pirate instead of like the woodman or whatever, they'd make the beard and the mustache all one piece. And realistically, if you had a beard like that, that's what it would be. You'd be eating it. Why a pirate? Why is this guy making a pirate? I care less about pirates, but we're selling at a pirate festival in it'd be Millersport, Ohio, Buckeye Lake, Ohio, the middle of May, the 16th, 17th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 17th, 18th, 19th, something like that. We got our pirate stuff. nice. You got to think about it. Pirates would probably have lice. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. It just wouldn't be good. Okay, as the sun's coming, I'm wondering if I ought to just go ahead and bring him out. If I can get that full sun, I kind of like it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to get him a lot better. He kind of looks spooky. I don't know. I guess these kind of things would, right? All right. Sides, so I can do this side without having to hit the jaw vise. Well, I think it's coming out pretty good. I can't wait to put the eyes in him. That's going to be the most technical part. And you know, I don't have a lot of practice in doing these, and I don't have any practice really in doing these. I've done, like, I don't know, faces. I've probably done 6 or 7 total since I've got in the carving. Not very many. But here, the last 2 times I did a flex shaft carving, man, I was really happy with the results. And so this here is mine to screw up. It's looking pretty good as of right now. All right, let's see what we got here. Heck yeah, be sure and hit that like button. Let's see, we got Dad, what's going on? Good morning. Yeah, big earrings. I didn't think about that. MG, how you doing? Heck yeah. All right, glad to see you guys. Let's see, who we got here? Sunling Wong. Hey, how you doing? Okay, all right, we'll keep going. Michael S., super fan. Heck yeah. Guys, be sure and hit that like button. How long did it last? Oh, I can't see. Somebody else has got on there and blocked it out. Hold on a minute. I want to say it's probably went 35, 40 minutes, something like that. That's pretty daggone good. Let's see. 45 minutes. Wow, I would not have expected that to last that long without running out of fuel. I can tell you, this non-still, this Neotech NS832, non-still, that's what that means. It won't last that long. But I'm not going to need it that long. Come on, baby. that with a burr to try to bring the rest of the nose in, shape the nose, and then I'll give it some holes up in here too, giving great big nose holes and draw them eyes in. So I think I'll start, before I draw the eyes back in, I'm going to start with that nose, because I mean, really, other than the eyes, and I'm going to paint the skull and crossbones on this dude, but other than the eyes and the nose, he's pretty much done. So now comes all the electric parts. I appreciate y'all sticking with me today. It's pretty daggone awesome. We had a pretty good start too. And, you know, you take what you can get, you know what I mean? Let's see. Hey, Daryl, Storm Spotter, Hannah, how y'all doing today? Daryl, another awesome member of the channel. Heck yeah. Hey, thanks, Lori. All right. Hey, Aiden, good morning. How's it going? I guess it wouldn't be morning there. It'd be afternoon, wouldn't it? Let's see. Raja, he says, I'll be a YouTube superstar one day. Well, Raja, you probably will be too, buddy. Heck yeah. All right. And if y'all haven't checked him out, Raja, he turns wood. He makes handles, tool handles, but he also makes pieces of art too. And man, is he a fantastic wood turner. Okay, I'm going to get some electric tools out. All right, so I guess I'll start with this coarse burr and go from there. But I mean, for me, this is kind of a, you know, a step. I don't need those. It's a step in the direction of just getting better, you know, especially faces. Faces are hard, at least to me. I think they're intimidating, you know, but not everybody thinks that way. And you look at some of these guys that have been doing them a long time, just make it look so easy, like Jordy, Carbon Fusion, and Creation Dust 777. Relearning and right. Say stain oil it. No, actually, I'll probably urinate on it. That'll seal it. Now hold on, especially after drinking some beer. Hold on a minute. I gotta get my RZ mask and start doing some work here. And also, I gotta say congratulations to our winners from last night. Michael S., he took first place. Perry Lou Jr. second. And then it was Woodchucker and Belinda S. That also won something last night. So Michael took the face that I carved last night. Perry took 5 pounds of cottonwood bark. Belinda, I believe she took the gnome with the mushroom flat piece. And then Woodchucker is taking 2 pounds of bark, and I'm going to go ahead and send him that little gnome head. But anyway, I had fun. And then I couldn't believe it. We never do good on those where I play music and, you know, flex shaft carving and stuff. We had like almost 21,000 views last night. That was pretty awesome. All right, let's see. Starting with the nose holes. Yeah, no, don't look too bad. I'm going with that. Okay. All right. Before I go to draw the eyes, I think I ought to get the finger sander and clean that out because they got a lot of oil on them. And let's see what we got here. Heck yeah, let's see. All right, son Ting Long, I hope you're doing pretty good there. And MG, heck yeah. All right, cool. I'm gonna clean this up, sand down the eyes just a little bit more. And this is gonna be the really technical stuff for me, because especially the eyes. Get that for this. Yeah, I'll probably clean it all. Alright, I'm gonna do a 4.5 inch angle grinder. And then I'll draw the eyes in and carve them. But I'm liking this dude. He's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with him. Let's see how long we've been working on him. 65 minutes. Hey, heck yeah, not too bad at all. Okay, all right. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, we've had some really big views today. But man, our likes are really, really low. And I'm guessing that people just don't like pirates. I don't know. Maybe they popped in, seen it, scared them, they left, called the police. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to draw eyes on it. I'm going to be smooth enough. Other than putting little burns in, he's going to look alright. And actually, burn-wise, he's really only going to need it in the beard. So everything else is going to look pretty smooth on its own. Okay, pencil. I think it was in that coat, actually. Where's the coat out here? I'm going to find it. This is my pencil. It's a two-sided pencil. Let's see what we got here. Heck yeah. All right, MG, Raja Bandigahana. Heck yeah, glad to see you guys in there. And who else we got here? Hey, it's Perry, the carving wizard. What's going on, Perry? Glad to see you in there, my man. Heck yeah. Hey, Roger, appreciate that. First time carving a pirate. All right, so I'm going to draw eyes in. Okay. What sucks is I really like the eyes that I had drawn in. And, you know, before I started to carve it. And I don't know that I'll be able to get back to anything even remotely close to them. But I can try, right? We're gonna make him looking to the right, and we'll also give a couple age lines to here. Because I mean, this guy here, even if he was in his mid-30s, I mean, he would look pretty rough. You know, living at sea, not sleeping good, being attacked by Moby Dick, and all that stuff. I mean, that'd really take a toll on you. You know, I mean, I would think it'd make an old fella out of you pretty daggone quick. I mean, you guys, you know how it is if you're married. You know, I mean, you know your wife. You know, she, no. I didn't give him no eyelids. Boss lady, I can hear her now. What you talking about, Willis? Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking. How about that? Well, that's about right. Yeah. I hear it now. Good times. Okay, let's give him some eyeballs about like that. Actually, remember to give him eyelids. And it hurt to give him a little extra right there. Little age lines. He didn't have any Maybelline or any kind of mascara on. And that's a good thing, you know. I mean, you just I don't know. I don't think I want to make a pirate that wears pink. I'm not judging. I mean, if that's what he wants to do, you know, I mean, whatever. I'm not gonna hang out with him, though. I can tell you that right now. First time you pass out, you just never know what you might have to deal with later. So better off just to avoid that pirate with the pink hat on. I mean, unless there's a pirate lady, I mean, that'd be a little different, you know. But I mean, it's yeah, I think even pirate ladies would wear a pirate black hat, you know, and stick you with a sword if you even smiled at them. You just, I don't know, you know. I'm just trying to be think all box a little, right? Okay. You know what? No, I want to go to. I'm going to use my 1/8" flamer burr. I think. It'll be fast and friendly to me and my back. How about that? Won't wear me out real fast. Okay, change it. I don't know. Maybe I should go with the coarse. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the pointy coarse burr. But either way you go, either one of them is going to be shorter and more aggressive than that Bauer burr that was in this thing. Alright. Here we go. So that's what I'm talking about right there. Coarse something burr. Oh, can you see it? Yeah. It's sunny. I can't see it. Okay. You know what? I think it helped me move that up. Let's do that. I'm not having to bend down. I think I'd be a lot happier. Now, is that on the camera? Yeah, although I'm kind of shadow it. I'll try not to. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Oh, ain't too bad. All right. All right, I don't think that's too bad. Just my rib on the top, not so much on the bottom, but I'm gonna take a ball, but the coarse ball or sandy ball, or it's a fine ball, and see if I can't clean the eyes out a little bit better. Well, I think it looks pretty daggone good for me anyway. Old Path Woodworks, one of our new members. Glad to see you, buddy. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Glad to see you in there, you schmuck. Heck yeah. Man, Old Path, he calls me a schmuck, I call him a schmuck, we schmuck. Stop being a schmuck. Oh yeah. Da-da. All right. Actually, I think I could probably get back to this. No, it won't get in there. Go to the other one first, the coarse one. Stick to the plan, Sam. Well, it had dirt all over it. Okay. Clean this up with this little fine ball. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. Won't be in there for very long. There we go. Come on, get it out of there. All right. That's what I'm talking about. That's a fine, little fine burr. Just try to clean the eyelids out a little bit, or eyeballs out a little bit. Clean this whole area up, I guess. I need to hit with a finger sander on. Okay, I'm gonna set this over there. Pull the finger sander back out. Heck yeah, I'm liking this guy. I think he come out pretty good. First time ever carving a pirate head. And I probably ought to make a couple of them. I don't know. I mean, at least make one of these. I think I'm mainly going to focus on fish. I am going to make a skull and crossbones. This is probably going to be Tuesday. I might do it tonight. I don't know. time. Fire time. Woo-hoo. Take my mask off. Fold it up real good so the bugs don't end up in it. Since I might be out here for a while. And lighter. See lighter? I know there was one in the garage there where I was working yesterday. Man, I'm having a rough over here. Let me get out my little turbo torch head and coffee. In case you guys didn't know, coffee, especially a creamer, it does body good. It's kind of like milk. You know, I don't know if y'all ever heard that before. I'm lying to you, but that's okay. What's going on, Plywood? Good morning. George Temez. Hey, man, that's sick. I know. I got to puke after seeing it. You're right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, give me a minute. I'm going to burn this dude. Blacken him up a little bit. Just clean him because he's going to be painted. Except for the beard. I'll probably leave the beard burnt. I don't know. I don't know. I know enough to know that I don't know. We don't bum away. Bum away. That's a good time, you know. If you're not having fun in life, you're just not on the right channel. That's all I can tell you. You'll figure it out. Don't quit. That's the important thing. Let's see if we can light it. Come on, baby. You hear the gas coming, but. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, that's unusual. Something's not seated in there right. All right. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm having an issue I've yet to have. Huh. There's dirt in it somehow. Like a spot, like one of those all the mud spiders or something. It's what it looks like up in there. I've never had that happen. Of course, this is new to me. That tells me right there I want to cover the end up or keep a fitting in it. Because I look down in there and there's dirt. It's like one of them little mud daubers or something got in it. There we go. Now the gas is blowing it out. Pretty much. I wonder if I can turn the gas up and blow it. There it went. Okay, cool. It blew it the rest of the way out. Don't be getting excited, you sick. Never mind. Some people, you just never know. You know what I'm saying? Nothing up in there now? No. Okay. So anyway, that's it. Once I got it loose, the gas blew it out. And in hindsight, the gas, if I hit it hard enough, the gas might have blew it all out. I don't know. Maybe. It's still not flowing right. Technical difficulties. Yeah, that's definitely coming through. Maybe if I use the big head. I don't know. Try it again. It's like the gas ain't making it up into the torch head. There's something. Yeah, they've been in there too. You can. I don't know. You can't see it. Yeah, you can't see it from there. But that thing has actually got where these mud daubers has been up inside of it. And the gas can't even go through. I'll turn that on. Well, I learned a lesson today. Look at that. That was green. Haven't seen that. Here, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see that, but it was like green inside. It's weird. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see if it'll flow through now. I don't know if it will or not. Stuff's still coming out of there. But lesson learned, right? Gonna have to put them in a bag or something. Oh, there it goes. All right. So anyway, it was all gummed up. I think by those little mud dauber spiders or something. And that means I'm gonna have to change how I store that stuff. Okay. I don't need that much gas. Oh, I shut it off too fast. Okay. Come on, baby. In the end, it's going to be painted, so the only thing that it matters as far as the dark goes is the beard. This is good for drying it out, burning all the little excess little fuzzies out. Try not to hit the eyes too hard. All right, let's color some beard some more. All right, I'm gonna let that ride for now. I think that looks pretty good until we go to give this guy some color. I may end up staining the beard gray too. I don't know. We'll find out. But no hurry. I mean, that thing's not to dry for a couple of days. Anyhow. All right, let me carry this over here. I'm gonna have to do something about them mud daubers, man. I don't know. I wonder if they got into my big torch head too. They might have. See, that's off, right? Yeah. All right, don't leave it on the ground and make it easier for them to find the holes. Okay. Let's see what we got. Full sun on this baby. Heck yeah. All right, let's see. Hey, Susie Q. What's going on? Cheech, Old Path, Plywood. Heck yeah, glad to see you guys. Appreciate y'all being in there. Wonder if I could squeeze out 2 more likes. So at least had 50. I mean, we had a good day as far as views went, but man, the likes are low. And I just can't help but think that people don't like pirates. I don't know. I don't really care about pirates one way or the other. You know what I mean? You know, they don't represent anything good. You know what I mean? In the past. And now it still kind of represents people being kind of deviant screwballs and doing whatever they want. Well, they do that anyway. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Not too fancy. Let's see what we got. Did we get one more? No, we didn't get any. Man, that's crazy. Okay, well, it is what it is. All right, y'all. I don't know what I'm going to do this afternoon. I'm thinking about doing a skull and crossbones. Something like that. I thought it'd be kind of cool to make as still part of this pirate theme. Man, there's the sun hitting him. He does look pretty good. I can't complain. He'll get a skull and crossbones painted right there when he gets painted. But anyway, has a little Wren right here. And he's just chilling out. I wonder if I can get you. Nope, he left. Okay. It is what it is. They get nervous about me. And that chicken has not showed up, so something must have got it. I feel bad for her because she turned in kind of like a dog, man. She'd be excited. Hey, I appreciate that, Susie. Appreciate that, Michael. Heck yeah. But anyway, I'm going to come back in this afternoon, evening. I'm thinking skull and crossbones. It's going to be another thing I ain't never done before. So, Mr. Pirate, he turned out all right, Mr. Pirate Head. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of confident it'll look like something. Somebody will buy it. It don't matter how bad it is. Anyway, that's what I know. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Come back when you can stay later, you schmucks.